It's time for the Lowco Sports Lowdown. Here are your hosts, Justin Jarrett, Wes Kerr, and Max Arraj.
Hey, Loco sports fans, just JJ and Wes at the outset, but Max should be along in just a bit for the Loco Sports Lowdown on Wednesday night, Halloween Eve. Tomorrow is Halloween. October has flown by.
All
It
Hallows
feels
tomorrow
like,
is All Hallows Eve.
yeah, All Hallows Eve. All
That's
Hallows
the
Eve.
traditional name for the
Yeah.
Halloween holiday.
So, that
yeah,
happened
October
fast.
is coming to an end. We are getting to the finishing touches of 2024. That's crazy. And then that means fall sports are winding down. We're getting to the nitty gritty of the playoffs.
Looks like the World Series may go into November, though, because
If the
the
Yankees
Yankees,
hold on to their 5-0 lead, Judge finally
Yankees on
awoke.
top.
Stanton with a home run, I believe. Who else with a home run? They've been raking tonight. So
Couldn't tell you. I was asleep on the
yeah.
couch. Zonked out hard tonight
Yeah.
when I got home.
I would say that
And
Garrett Cole has been dealing. That playoff experience that he had with the Astros a couple years ago, and he is certainly finding a lot more rhythm tonight. He pitched well earlier in the series in LA, but that dropped.
Judge just whiffed on
Oh
one.
my! So don't count the Dodgers out, but the Yankees with a strong 5-0 lead, so they try to push it back to LA. No team has ever, I believe, no team has ever been down 3-0 and forced a Game 6 in the World Series. So I believe that'll be the first time that has happened, which is crazy. But
Really?
yeah, that's what I saw.
But the Yankees, of course, have blown a 3-0 lead before, haven't they?
They certainly
So,
have.
could they be on the other side of it? The comeback is out on Netflix, by the way.
Yeah, definitely stream that. But let's see here. Okay, yeah, Yankees home runs from Judge. Yep, Jazz Chisholm was the other guy I was thinking of. Judge Chisholm and Stanton all with dingers tonight for the New York Yankees, and Cole has been excellent on the mound. So it has turned quickly. It has turned quickly over there after the 3-0 lead for the LA Dodgers. So that could be interesting. Although LA threatening here, and we're still in the fifth, so a lot of time for things to happen.
Indeed. And the Yankees bullpen has been less than reliable at holding leads. And Freddie Freeman's red hot on the other side. Yeah, a lot can happen yet. Anybody who's watched a baseball game knows this thing's far from over. But Yankees showing signs of life. Definitely. They might get this thing back to LA and just get us more baseball, if nothing else.
Right.
But
never bet that.
Tonight was all about the volleyball.
That was the only thing on the pocket.
Yeah, it was, and we'll get to that momentarily. But the presenting sponsor of the Loco Sports Lowdown and our all-star sponsor, our original sponsor, Loco Sports, is Mickelson Law Firm. Been with us since the beginning back in 2017, and they've continued with us throughout our growth and helped us try to build something special here that shines a light on deserving teams and student athletes around the Loco. And really just celebrates the success of our kids and our athletes here. So thanks to Mickelson Law Firm for all their help with that. They support all kinds of local sports ventures. And if you have legal needs, they will support you as well. If you've got if they're our official real estate closing attorney, and they're presenting sponsor of our Hilton Head Christian Academy coverage, but they can help you with anything legal. They're right in downtown Bluffton. Mickelson Law Firm, our #1 sponsor, our all-stars. We appreciate you. But yeah, the boys volleyball playoffs getting started tonight, and you got over to the Den in Bluffton. They were taking on Bridges Prep, and pretty good match.
Well, Bridges had the lead early on. They scored like the first 6 points, but after that, it was all Bobcats. They woke up and kind of dominated the Buccaneers the rest of the way in a very convincing 3-set sweep to win their first round matchup here in this this tournament. That it contains some 4A teams, but also some 3A teams in the mix.
Yeah.
So it's
it's kind of like lacrosse.
Yeah, it's actually very similar to the lacrosse formats in the high school league. So boys volleyball on the growth. You're starting to see a lot more squads show out from all the classifications, but especially in the Lowco with all the teams that have competed and are still in this thing. But Yeah, I mean, Gabe Fulton was terrific setting, and he kind of knew where to send those passes towards the corners, and a terrific job by a couple of guys, John Gonzalez, Ben Vaught, alongside the excellent serving of
Dang,
Omar
it's a
Vega.
heck of a rally here.
Yeah, there were some fun rallies throughout that match. I'll tell you what, boys volleyball, the last time I checked at a match last year, it's been growing by leaps and bounds. You just see these players have some more experience, they're just more well-versed on how to play it, and the odd athleticism. You're really starting to see these guys deliver a lot more out there in the court. Just the level of play has really started to rise, not just here. How about that ace right there from Omar Vega Alvarez? He was a stud serving the ball tonight, and that's important to get those aces. He was also bringing success in the defensive side as well, picking up some digs, and really a strong all-around effort from Bluffton. After kind of got rattled early, gave up those 6 points to start the first set, but after that, just found their game and really took control of it. Just didn't make many mistakes, and a lot of terrific serving and clean execution on side outs and passing the ball as well, finding those guys on the outside to pick up those points. But yeah, this Bluffton team's certainly impressing. And by the way, our old friend Josh Fox, the coach of this team, the soccer coach, and also taking the helm of the volleyball team. So that's kind of cool. I got to talk to him after the game, and he was excited. Great student section. A couple of the guys had their own fan club up in the bleachers. So some great supports, and we get to talk to the setter, Gabe Fulton, after the victory for the Bobcats.
Gabe Fulton, also a wrestler. Here we go. Let's see what Gabe had to say.
Sweep tonight over Bridges Prep. How does it feel to get that first playoff win under your belt?
It feels pretty good, honestly. Just a great start to the season, playoffs. I mean, expected to win, came out and won.
You guys started off slow. Bridges Prep scored the first 6 or so. How did you guys reset and take control of the match?
Just took a deep breath, got our stuff together, played the game, and knew we could come back.
You were a star out there and your setting abilities tonight. Tell me about how you've improved that aspect of your game and how the chemistry has grown with your teammates this year.
Playing all 4 years of volleyball that's been down in the South, I feel like it's just kind of clicked, and I've been focused really on setting instead of hitting. Just got better.
When did you first start playing, and how important has this volleyball program been to you, this guys' volleyball program?
I started playing my sophomore year. The program itself is kind of important because, I mean, we started it, we built it from the ground up. My mom played volleyball, so it's kind of just been in my blood, I guess. But other than that, we just play and have fun.
Tell me about you guys serving tonight. Excellent.
Our serving has been so much better than before. I mean, we had a lot of errors yesterday in practice, but we just got our stuff together.
What do you guys need to work on most to get ready for round 2?
Covering blocks, and blocking itself. Blocking line, blocking cover. Just be in your position for defense.
All right, thank you so much.
Yeah.
And that round 2 matchup will be against Philip Simmons, the Iron Horses. So that's not a 4A squad, but in this weird classification system, you're getting 3A, 2A teams in the mix. So it'll be
there just aren't. I think there just aren't enough 3A and 2A teams. Like I don't know about with these newer sports and emerging sports or whatever they're calling them, but with with wrestling, if we don't have 12 in 1A, then we just get rolled in with 2A.
Yeah. Right.
So it's probably the same deal. As soon as one of those classifications has 12 teams, they'll probably get their own. But until then, they just got to bump up.
By the way, I just heard an Easter egg in that interview. Heard someone said they're changing the game to Friday. I don't know if that's true, but I just heard it when I was listening to the interview again. So I'll have to. Yeah,
I heard that too. They're changing. Yeah. They're moving the game to Friday. I'm guessing that's about the volleyball.
Is that So it'll be interesting because we also have another team that has advanced, and that is the May River Sharks. They knocked off Airports in straight sets. It says the bracket's supposed to be Saturday, but I'm not sure if that one will be as well on Saturday.
And they'll both be.
I believe that is Saturday. Yeah, that's a Saturday game. That's what it says. May River Twitter account, if they're correct. That would
Okay.
be at the Tank Saturday night or Saturday afternoon. Could be an afternoon. Who
Right.
knows?
Yeah.
And that will be against Bishop
England,
England.
right?
Bishop England,
Yeah.
right? Because they knocked off Hilton Head. And it was a 3-0 decision there, but they were all close games, all close sets. 25-23, 25-21, 28-26.
Wow.
That's tough.
Really close.
Yeah.
How about that?
So yeah, just a few points separating those sets. That's tough when you lose 3 in a row, but they're all so close.
Yeah.
It's because you were right
Yeah.
there.
That definitely is not indicative of oh my gosh. Freddie Freeman is up with the bases loaded in a 4-run game. I regret to inform you. He has not yet. He didn't homer last game, did he? He didn't homer in game 4. Loser.
He did. He has said apparently the streak dates back.
Oh wait,
to the
he
last World
did.
Series.
He did homer
He
in
did.
game 4,
Yes,
didn't he?
that's 4
Yeah.
straight. If you date back to the
So
last World Series he played in with the Braves, I think he's
It's
homering
6,
6
right?
straight, which
That's
has never
crazy.
obviously never been done before. So he's trying to
Oh.
extend that, and he is the tying run up at the plate. So not
Sure
only would it be
is.
a home run, but it would be a tie ball game. And I would
Can't really
venture to
talk
say, if
about
Freeman hits one out,
anything else.
this is ending tonight. That the
I
momentum
agree.
would go all to the LA
I
Dodgers.
agree.
If Freeman goes yard here, you can pop the champagne.
I agree,
and
but Cole's got him down 1-2.
Yeah.
He's been making good pitches here. Cole's got good stuff tonight. They only loaded the bases because of
ground ball
2
foul.
errors.
Yep.
I don't know if they were both ruled errors, but
Yep.
they should have been outs. Both.
Yeah, the judge
Oh, that was
fly ball to
definitely an
center.
error.
Yeah,
But the
that's
ground ball to
error all
third
day.
that
Yeah,
they couldn't handle,
yeah,
or
those,
to
let's see
short
if
that
it
they
comes
couldn't handle
back
at third.
to bite them there. But thanks for letting me know. I was entrenched in the volleyball, but yeah, going back to that as we await the result of this at bat. Great fight from Hilton Head. Great to see that from the Seahawks. A couple of tough sets dropped in a row there to a very good Bishop England team. So, a lot to build on there for the Seahawks. A lot to build on with all these squads. And we still got two still alive. Bridges Prep, they fought hard. They kind of got off to a great start, but couldn't quite.
Oh.
And it's a base hit to center
Base
field.
hit.
That's going to
That'll
score at least
2.
one. Another run
Score
coming
2.
across, and it's 5-3 New York Yankees. So it's not a home run, but it is a key base knock to drive
That
into
man.
and we get a ball game. So
That man is in fuego.
yeah. Oh man, if the Dodgers win, he's a lock for the MVP.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. There's no
Oh,
debate
yeah.
at all. But yeah, great to see what has been shown so far from these volleyball teams, especially the guys. We'll turn the baton over to the ladies tomorrow to see what they can do. But yeah, I'm excited for the Saturday contest. Sharks an opportunity to get to the, I believe that would be the semifinals state tournament.
Yeah.
If they can knock off the battling Bishops, and I expect it to be a tight one. Maybe it will be a sweep with some short sets, but most likely I wouldn't be surprised if it goes the full 5 with how evenly matched these teams are. And great for the Sharks to earn the opportunity to play that one at home, which is always so important. So let's see. We take a look at the bracket. The other side, we got Flora Wakama. I would expect Flora won that one, but that's only 1 against 4 in the upper state. There are only 4 seats in the upper state. There's like 12 in the lower state. So who knows?
Yeah,
it's never an easy one for Flora because you only got 4 teams. So I'm not sure. We'll have to see when the scores come in or if they do. But we got Flora, Wakama, Travelers Rest, South Point. So those are the only 4 upper state teams. And then on the other side, you got Oceanside, who's the 1 seed, who took out Battery Creek. And then May River's the 2 in the lower state. So obviously, of course, the RPI deciding the seedings. And then you get the 3 seed, which is Philip Simmons, who will face off against the number 4 seed in Bluff. Interesting, these. I mean, it's a strange bracket because you got 4.
Yeah, well, it doesn't make sense as far as the seed matchups go. It doesn't follow any kind of convention, which is weird. I don't. Yeah.
I would just see them all 1-16. That would make more sense, right?
Right. Well, and that one, like the other ones
that's
follow the
gonna
normal
bounce.
convention of 1-16, 2-15, and so on. But this one, oh my goodness.
Oh my
Freddie just
God!
scored, and we are
And we have a
tied.
tie ball game.
Oh
Just
my!
like that, Teoscar Hernandez with a fly ball that bounces right up against the wall. And how big does that judge error loom right now? Because that would have
Mm.
probably brought them out of the inning. And all of
Yeah.
a
Oh
sudden, we
yeah.
got
No,
a tie game.
they
Yeah.
also got a ground ball to short. They went to third for the force and couldn't handle the throw.
Oh my.
So they should be out of this inning
Be
plus an
a
out.
major collapse
This is
for
Rich
for the Yankees. He
Vicerico
is getting away
needs a
from
wellness check.
Yes.
Check on your Yankee fans in your life. They're not doing well.
Not
That's why the matchups are so weird. 112, 2 versus 11. Oh yeah, because they seeded 12 lower state teams. It's so weird.
Yeah,
I never seen anything quite like that.
it's crazy.
That's strange. But yeah, it is what it is. They're getting started.
Yeah. I mean,
They're figuring it out.
Yeah, but like I said, I thought. I
They're
mean, I know travel is a concern because if you do 1 through 16, you get these weird matchups where you got teams going to the upper state. So you had to do it this way, just because you didn't want to have like a random first round matchup.
At least they gave the wait, they put the H. Okay, so if they're both 2 seeds, then
right. So
wait,
higher seed
no.
hosts, higher RPI hosts of both 2s.
But then they put
Oh.
the H on the. Is the H
That's
just not
interesting.
supposed to be there?
Right.
I guess.
Yeah, it's conflicting because if this is IRPI host, if you have the same seat, or say that they're both 2s, right? Because May River Travelers Rest.
The H in question.
Yeah, right. But the H favors May River, so I'm not sure.
Right. I don't understand why you would put both the H and the note that higher RPI hosts.
Yeah,
It doesn't seem
if that could be possible if the Travelers
That's
Rest.
the only seeds that could be the same as 2.
Right. That's
So, yeah.
It could happen. We'll see. But yeah, crazy. But fun start to this volleyball tournament, and it's great to see so quickly because this is like what the third or so year, maybe fourth year of boys volleyball.
Third, I believe. Yeah.
Third for boys volleyball here in the state of South Carolina, and we've quickly had like a nice sanctioned tournament with 16 teams, and it's great to see so quickly to see the rise of talent. And I mean, May River is right there. I mean, you got to give them a strong chance to make it a deep run. We'll see if they can knock off the Battling Bishops in what should be a tight game, and then tight match, and then Bluffton with a challenge on the road up to Phillips Simmons. So I feel like the Bobcats could have played a little better than what we've seen, even though they put together a heck of a match. I wouldn't count them out over there against Phillips Simmons. It's hard to really expect. The talent is it's just so evenly matched. These guys who have taken up the sport after playing basketball or wrestling, and it's fantastic to get these kids an opportunity to stay fit and stay in shape and learn a different sport, and the athleticism you really see out there. It's a ton of fun because these guys there's a few of them have just been naturals out there in the court. And guys volleyball, I love girls volleyball. Guys volleyball can be great as well, especially with some terrific athletes is what we see out there. So excellent start. And
agree completely with Libby here. It should stay in the fall. It should not compete with basketball.
Or the winter.
The spring could.
Yes, I agree.
But I would keep it in the fall. There's too much going on in the spring.
Yeah, well, I was thinking like maybe the spring would make more sense.
I like it as alternative to football, and I also like it as off-season training for basketball.
You wouldn't do a winter sport. You wouldn't do it during basketball.
No, you couldn't. I mean, that wouldn't make sense because that's your obvious pool of players, basketball players who don't play football.
I like fall. Right. Because obviously the only option is football, but that's the only like really important. In terms of guys sports, you have cross country.
Yeah, cross country, swimming, tennis, golf, but spring has too many options.
Right.
And you probably lose some kids that you might be able to get who are track kids. But yeah, I think fall's the right place for it, and I think it's perfect because A, alternative football, B, preseason training for basketball.
Right.
And again, I will say, if you want to get better at rebounding in basketball, learn how to go up and spike a volleyball at its high point. And
Right.
it is the same concept.
Already
It
just
is
looks.
the
I
same
played a few
concept.
times, and you think it's
Anticipating where the
easy.
ball's going to
Yeah,
be.
you think it's easy. It's not. You really have to be
No.
positioned well, and you got to read the play really well, and
Yeah, read
just
the
the setting
floor.
is not easy as well. You
I
got
plan to
have a
ball out tomorrow in the teachers versus students volleyball game at the
Ooh, very
Ville.
nice.
Yeah,
I remember playing a couple times just casually when I was in college, and yeah, it takes a lot of athleticism, and you have to. Communication is key. You got to know
yeah.
where everyone is out there, and that's
I'm gonna
important.
try to set my boy Rayleigh, set my
Yeah.
boss, put one up there for him.
Yep.
I view myself as
Yeah.
a DS and a setter.
Yep.
Uh,
I got to play once with some of the college volleyball. We got to play with the
nice.
college volleyball players one time. We had a little fun thing we did there, but yeah, that
Oh
was
yeah,
that was.
because you were on the volleyball staff. You were the analytics guy, right?
I was, but this
Yeah.
was just a casual thing. But yeah, no, it's a fun sport, and especially intramural volleyball is big at the college level, and that's
Oh
a good
yeah.
thing for these guys. Like big club volleyball, intramural volleyball. Hey, you get addicted to it, and you want to keep doing it. So that's another cool thing about it. But yeah, great to see the guys volleyball really starting around the form, and then we're getting ready for the girls to take the courts starting tomorrow, and it
Oh
is a
goodness.
packed slate. We got 4 high school league 4A matchups. Beaufort, Bishop England, Hilton, South Florence, Bluffton, South Aiken, North Augusta, May River. So only one of those at home. The Sharks, Hilton had with a rough draw, or not really a draw, but they kind of got the short end of the stick in terms of the RPI results because they're going to be the 9 seed. They have to go play the 8 seed in South Florence, and then they were able to get the 4, and they get North Augusta to open up the 4A bracket. Battery Creek, Waccamaw over in 3A. Then 2A, we got Bridges Prep against York Prep coming all the way from the upper state, the at-large team. So that'll be interesting. You never know what to expect when you go up against an at-large state. They tend to, like you said, they tend to have not been kind to us. I always think of Greer, the baseball. Yeah, I always think of that Greer baseball team that came in and annihilated everybody. I think
knocked everybody out.
Yeah.
Just ran through it. Yeah. That was funny. But yeah, it's happened in football where wild cards have smoked us, and 4 seeds from other regions, and so I'm a little nervous about that. But I mean, I wouldn't think that Bridges would have any trouble. I really wouldn't. I think they're going to be in good shape.
They're used to they're primed to play
they're well tested.
Yes,
their losses.
And they've been here before. Yes.
Yeah.
A lot of that course back from last year, and they got a good coach, a made coach at times.
A really good coach.
Yeah, he's doing some good things with that program. So
Roger Wilson.
Good chance I'll be able to go over there and the new gym and watch some Bridges Prep. I'll probably go over the May River matchup tomorrow night as they start off at home against
North Augusta.
North Augusta. I had to pull up the Google Doc again, but yeah, that should be a tight one. I mean, there's not much separation from the talent between those two teams. North Augusta I think they knocked off Aiken right before the playoffs. So they're trending strong, hanging in. May River has been very competitive in this region. They got that one win over Bishop England, so it should be a great match. Already excited. And, hopefully it'll be a good crowd on a Halloween night in the Shark Tank.
Yeah, might see some costumes in the crowd. Could be fun. Could be fun. I imagine Bo Gwynn might be over there checking that one out tomorrow night.
Yep.
Max will be joining us here in just a little bit. Let's shout out our MVP sponsors. We've got our apparel partner, Base Hit Life. I'll show you the styles tonight. How about that? They got some cool hoodies out right now. Always have cool hoodies. Always putting out new styles, baseball and softball related, but some of them can step outside that realm. They've got t-shirts, hats, all kinds of cool stuff at basehitlife.com. So if you want to live your best, but see, beast mode, that doesn't have to be baseball. Born to be a player doesn't even have to be baseball. But they got all kinds of cool stuff. Go check out basehitlife.com and live your best base hit life. Homegrown home inspections, best home inspectors in the Lowco, checking out your homes to make sure you're making a great investment. And if you're building a new home, you got to have the phased inspection. They'll check on it every step of the way and make sure it's built right. And homegrown home inspections. Hospice Care of the Low Country, official hospice provider of LowcoSports, providing palliative care, hospice care, free grief counseling, and much more at Hospice Care of the Low Country, where it's not about dying, it's about living. And the USCB Center for Low Country Hospitality Education. Coach Beach corrected me. That's what they changed that recently. It's the USCB Center for Low Country Hospitality Education, providing all kinds of great services, including the Bluffton Ambassadors and Island Ambassador programs. You can find out more about the place where you live and become an ambassador so you can teach others the greatness of the Lowco through the USCB Center for Low Country Hospitality Education. Those are our MVP sponsors. Wes, what do you want to get into, buddy, while we wait on next
Yeah, some big news. Obviously, we're getting ready for a big week of high school football. We'll get to our power rankings once Max comes in here.
Yeah.
But some big news across the high school league sports teams with the two squads that are in some big trouble when it comes to football. I'm talking about Gray Collegiate in Marlboro County, which there were hearings today at the high school league, and looks like both are. I know Marlboro County will be ineligible for postseason play, and I believe.
Yeah, and then Gray, I think Gray's head coach was suspended.
Yeah, I think that was the decision there for Gray. Yeah, so Marlboro County will be not participating in the playoffs. Gray Collegiate will not be with their head coach D'Angelo Bryant for the remainder of the season. They also suspended an assistant coach for a recruiting violation, bringing in a player who was ineligible. Kudos to the South Carolina High School League for enforcing the rules and clamping down on that and making sure that it's always a tough. It's always gray areas in those situations.
Yeah, and as I understand the Marlboro situation, he came from Clinton, North Carolina. Came down from North Carolina just over the border to Marlboro. A number of students ended up, they wanted to follow him. They went over there. It would appear some boxes were not checked because they've got 8 ineligible players. So I don't know. I saw some chatter online, and you never know what's real and what's not. But there was, they were talking about kids were staying with the coach and things like that. Which is, so several of his starters from Clinton transferred in, including the quarterback and top running back. And I was told the kids were staying in his house and stuff like that, which is a complicated situation, right? Like on the one hand, you want kids to be in good situations. You want them to be happy. If they can make arrangements to get to the place they want to be, you want to be able to be there. But we do have to have some rules, some structure within that, or it becomes chaos. And so, I don't know exactly what the scenario was here, why they were ineligible. But there's rules. There's a system within which to do it, and you just got to make sure you check all the boxes. And I hate it for the kids. They want to play.
That's
they're having a great season, and I hate that. But again, we have to have, we can't allow it to be the Wild West. And so the high school league really gets stuck in some tough spots here when folks don't follow the rules and they want to play the victim when the rules are enforced. It's a hard thing. You can't have the adults breaking the rules and then throwing up their hands and going, but the kids, when they get caught.
Right.
So it's
you feel for those kids who, especially,
you really
doing
do
the right thing. I mean, that's just a heartbreak for especially when you're having a good season and you're putting together wins like that, and there are a bunch of these kids in these programs who are model kids, are doing the right thing, and you're entrenched in the program where you have something like this happen, and it just hurts, and it's something you don't want to see. And everybody learns from experience like this, but there has to be rules. Has to be rules in fact in place. You have to enforce them and make things as fair as possible to have a good competitive season. And so there has to be guidelines and boundaries at points. It looks like Marlboro County had a couple of players coming from North Carolina, from Clinton High
Right.
School, North
Yeah.
Carolina Clinton High School. So
Yeah, they followed coach. Yeah.
Yep, Corey Johnson. So yeah, I mean, you see right there the proof from what happened, and so just unfortunate for the kids who were really making their mark in the program and doing big things, and some decisions by adults sometimes are they're consequential, and they don't set a good example, especially for a lot of these young men. It's you hate to see situations like this, especially become a downfall of a program who's having a great year, and so just. Yeah, you want your coaches to be example. So you want your coaches to be people who follow the rules and give good motives and give good examples to these kids. And yeah, that's even though it's tempting, you're trying to bring in talent to improve a team, and obviously these coaches will want to win at the end of the day and want to build a good culture. And sometimes you can do that for bringing players from other places, but there are rules. And you have to follow rules in place.
And I think these two cases also present a pretty good picture of the manner in which the high school league handled it, in the sense that these are both, in black and white terms, a case of ineligible player. But on the one hand, we've got 8 players who came in from out of state who are making a major impact on the program. In the other case with Gray, we've got one kid who was an 8th grader, and enrolled in July, was accepted in July, enrolled for a couple of weeks of August, and then he withdrew and was deemed ineligible to play sports when he tried to go back to his original middle school. So this is a totally different story.
Yeah,
They
it's
did not
very
take away the postseason in this case.
right.
Suspended the coach for a year,
Yep.
and he will get to appeal that. So we'll see what comes out of that. May get it reduced, but yeah, that's a fact. Put the kids first. Yep, always. And when you operate outside the rules, you're putting your kids at risk of something like this happening. That's the reality. There's a risk involved when you step outside the rules. So you hate to see it again, but you also do. You started this by saying kudos to the high school league for enforcing the rules, and in this case, they enforced the rules. I think intelligently and rationally and fairly, and that's all you can really ask for. When a rules violation is brought to their attention, they have to take it seriously, and they have to put down some kind of a consequence. And I think they handled it fairly well in this instance. Again, I hate it for the Marlboro kids to be denied the playoffs, and maybe you could put them in the playoffs without those 8 kids, but you do have to send a message loud and clear, because we know that it gets crazy. It gets crazy, and if they let people keep doing it, then it's just going to get worse. So
this
I'm
is
glad to see it.
It's a good message that's sent to the league or the league's teams in a whole. I mean, there's consequences for making those maneuvers that can give you an edge like that, and it's a tricky situation. There are, like I said, gray areas and difficult lines to draw, but these are situations where it's, I'm not going to say it's all clear cut, but there are parts of those scenarios that will be kind of precedents for this is what's going to happen if we see these things in the future, and it kind of puts it in a situation where other teams, other programs will have to follow and avoid making those kinds of decisions later in their program's history. So yeah, like I said, high school league I thought made the right decisions in how they enforce those rules, and you go from there, and you hope for the kids' sake going forward that we don't have those kinds of situations where you deny the opportunity for them to play in postseason, because that's something you work towards. That's something you grind for in the summer and in the off season. And when you're having a good year like that, it comes to a halt. It's tough. It's hard to swallow, especially for the seniors, especially. So, yeah,
I don't think anyone's earning NIL in South Carolina high schools yet, that I know of. But I doubt that played a role. I think this was more just following their coach.
right.
Well, the Gray thing was just a one-off, so I don't put
Yeah,
anything into that.
yeah.
I don't think Marlboro's thrown out NIL money though. I think
No,
it was just we love our
following the
coach and our
coach. Yeah,
team, and
right,
we want to go. Yeah, I think
right.
that was
Yep,
all it is.
yep.
And by all accounts, he's a phenomenal coach,
Yeah.
and he has
Oh,
done a phenomenal
absolutely,
job everywhere he's gone.
absolutely. It just it's
You just don't get to pick your
right.
personnel in high
Yeah,
school.
yeah. It's not.
You got
It's
what you got.
yep. You have to kind of make do with what you have, and gotta make sure to avoid those pitfalls. And
Yeah.
unfortunate. It's unfortunate. They're having a great year, and you make a mistake, and that's tough. But
Yeah, and I wonder what will happen with him.
yeah,
You know, I don't know if Marlboro County will move away from him or if they're going to stick with him. I'd like to see him stick with him because it seems like he's a heck of a coach. But if they don't, somebody's going to
yeah, he will certainly
scoop
get
him up as
someone
a
look elsewhere. Yeah,
reclamation project in a smaller school environment, and he's going to be able to build something pretty special, I think. So
I
that'd
agree.
be cool. What else we got? Still 5-5 in the World Series.
Yeah, Yankees at
Dodgers
the
just
bases
got out of
loaded.
a jam.
Yeah, yep. So we're heading to the sixth.
Crazy game, ain't
all
it?
momentum
Baseball.
heading towards the Dodgers. Yeah, it can change in a moment's notice for sure. Especially when you gift the other team runs like the Yankees just did, and now it's a completely different ball game. And Dodgers are starting to feel like they can end this tonight if they continue to deliver those quality at bats, and they have the guys to do it. We'll see who the hero could end up being, but wouldn't be surprised if Freddie Freeman has another saying things. But they have a yep. But you got Tommy Edman, who's had that fantastic National League Championship Series. Of course, Ohtani at their front, but Will Smith homered recently. Garrett Cole is still out there to start the sixth, so Yankees
That's
putting all the
wild.
chips. He's at 87 pitches, so still some more opportunistic.
That's wild. I was surprised to see him still out there after he gave up the 5 runs, but
leading off, so
I guess at this point they're thinking if they're going to get through this series, well, and if they're going to win 2 more after this, they got to save some bullpen.
You have to save some arms, So we kind of have to.
He is looking like
your guy.
He's having a bad time right now, though. He was miserable last inning.
See if he can rebound.
He's ahead of
Edman,
though. Edman's got to be one of the toughest outs in the league, though. That guy's so tough with 2 strikes.
Sharply hit fly.
Got him, though.
1 down. Yeah.
Got him.
Yep.
He is a tough out. The infamous Dodgers. Oh, okay. We're the game cast for the Libs.
Trying to.
So while we're on the subject of this baseball game, how about these clowns in the front row last night who tried to take Mookie Betts' arm off?
Oh, that is something you don't want to see. Yeah, that is uncalled for, especially when the ball was still able to be caught. Mookie was trying to grab it, and not only did you prevent him from doing that, you squeeze his glove, you take that away from him. So, rightfully so, they banned those fans from further. They banned from attending Game 5 those 2 fans that were caught holding on to Mookie's glove.
They should be banned from all ballparks ever.
I mean, it's certainly a decision, but I would. That could be a good decision going forward, especially it's a high stakes World Series game, and you're seeing these guys hampering Mookie Betts when he was trying to make a play on the ball. That was
it's the look on the guy's face as he grabs him by both arms or grabs his glove with both hands that just blows my mind.
Yeah, I mean,
what
with
are
the
you
brute force,
doing?
Like that is completely excessive. I mean, it's one.
And then watch this. The one guy's got him with both hands trying to pry his glove open, and then his buddy grabs the other hand. Oh my gosh.
Well,
they're lucky Mookie didn't swing on him. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's
should be banned forever.
Now there is some good news to this that the Yankees have announced that the tickets that they had were distributed to a pediatric cancer patient and his
Yeah.
family. Like, great
That's
to
what
see
made
that.
me think of it. I saw the kid who was sitting in those seats, and I was like, well,
Yeah.
that's a much better situation than
Right.
those
Yeah, that
clowns from last night.
great move there by the Yankees. That's an awesome decision to get those tickets in the hands of someone who, deserves them in terms of somebody suffering from cancer, and wish them all the best going forward. But just what an amazing opportunity for that kid and their family. That's what it's all about. So great move there by the organization, the New York Yankees, and you hope not to see those events going forward where we've seen there was a fan interference earlier in the series on in the home run ball, I believe. But Max, are you here? Max has joined us.
I just wanted to tack onto this with
Max,
the price is wrong,
crazy
bitch.
ball game.
Yeah. Crazy game.
It was all New York, but LA got back into it thanks to a couple of miscues and gaffes defensively. And now all of a sudden it is
Garrett's trying to break a streak of 27 consecutive World Series games without a starter going 100 pitches. But he might not get there because he just finished the inning at 98. They're going to let him throw another one?
Wouldn't be surprised at this point.
I don't know, man.
We'll see what
he's locked back
Aaron
in,
Boone
but
decides to do. But
so be his last outing for a few months.
I'll say this on the. I want to say this on the Mookie Betts situation. The thing is, yes, it was a right move by the Yankees organization, but remember, the fans are part of the Yankees organization, believe it or not. I mean, I know they don't have stocks and whatnot in the Yankees, but the fans are part of the New York Yankees, and any Major League Baseball team, the fans are always part of it. So that's a bad rep not only on Yankees fans, but also the Yankees organization itself for allowing something like that to happen. I just want to say the other thing is Mookie Betts could have been seriously injured from that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like he could have hurt his hand. He could have, really torn up his wrist, all of that, even his forearm. So like that's like
reaching for the ball is one thing. That is a natural reaction.
That is,
but grabbing the player,
right? That is excessive
that's
in all
insane.
Aspects.
Insane.
Not just grabbing the player, grabbing his glove and showing that kind of aggression.
Yeah.
As a fan, I mean, that is
it puts the Yankees organization. It puts the Yankees organization at a low. But I did have something even lower because I saw that inside Yankee Stadium they're selling Shohei Ohtani Dodger jerseys to go with the Yankees jerseys inside their Yankees clubhouse store, which I find very interesting. But anyway, look, it's an interesting game going on right now. Actually, I'm paying attention to it right now.
Yeah, the momentum has shifted, but that was a big 1-2-3 for Garrett Cole in the sixth. Aaron Judge,
it was.
The bottom half.
I have a feeling if Garrett feels like he's good to go another inning, they're going to give him another inning. There's no doubt.
It's your last start until the spring. I mean, you have to ride your top guy, ride your race.
Yeah, I mean, this will probably be the last time we see him.
He's
pitch.
quite capable of extending to like 120.
Yeah, oh yeah, he's got the strength for it. I mean, we've seen him.
I don't think so. Is it?
I don't think.
I thought they signed him to a long.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, they did.
I thought you said something about his last appearance in the Yankees.
No, I think he just meant for the season.
Yeah. Okay. Because I was pretty sure he was signed for
the only other way we see him pitch again is if they get to Game 7. I mean, that's the only other.
All hands on deck in that situation. But you have to win this one to get to Game 7. But you also want to save your arms for Game 6 and the early points of Game 7. You're going to need some more guys out there. You want to have as fresh a bullpen as possible. And I do think that there is a case to be made that Boone will stick with their ace in Garrett Cole. But it's mind you, the wheels are churning for both these managers at this point. Like this is obviously it's a win or go home for the New York Yankees. You have to win to book the trip over to LA. But for the Dodgers, like how do you have the opportunity to right now to end it. So how do you approach your bullpen? And they brought in Gradwell.
So he is not. So his contract goes through the 2028 season.
Okay, so he's got a couple more years left on that deal. Yeah,
They both
He'll
got to
be
get
an
through a good part of the. I mean, we got Soto, Judge, Chisholm due up here, and then the
Yeah.
Dodgers got the top of the order coming up.
Now Soto is a
in the
free agent, I
seventh.
believe.
He's handled Ohtani today.
Yeah.
Maybe they let Ohtani. Yeah, that's a fact. Maybe they let Ohtani, or they let him face Ohtani, and then they
Yep.
get him out of there. Or maybe they go lefty right here because you got Ohtani and Freeman coming up this ending, so they may go lefty to start the seventh. But it's gonna be interesting. We'll see if we close it out tonight or if it keeps on going. Max, while you were getting here, we talked about Bluffton boys volleyball getting the dub over Bridges Prep.
Yeah.
May River also won, so they'll take on who they got. Bishop. May River's got Bishop England, right?
Bishop England, yep.
At
The
home.
guys' side, yes. That'll be a Saturday game at home. Yep.
And
Still
Bluffton
waiting
goes
for
to
time
Philip
on that.
Simmons.
Yep.
We got girls volleyball starting tomorrow. But we're gonna get to our whatchamacallit, our power rankings.
Local power rankings.
After I shout out these sponsors, we've got our varsity sponsors. DDS Web Design builds, hosts, and maintains websites for businesses and nonprofits to get results. So if you need to get found online so you can do more and think bigger, go to ddshhi.com. Parker Law Group serves legal needs across Colleton, Hampton, and Jasper counties and helps us shine a light on more deserving teams and student athletes in the outer Lowco, the Lowco frontier. So call on Parker Law Group for your legal needs. Dr. Ambrose Cole is the official chiropractor of LowcoSports. He's at Rooted Living Wellness in Bluffton, where they got big things coming, and he'll get you feeling right, mind, body, and spirit. And Reverence Wrestling Club, our official wrestling sponsor, presenting sponsor of the Lowco Grind, coming back this week. It is wrestling season, and if you want to take your skills on the mat to the next level, you got to get to Reverence Wrestling Club, varsity sponsor of LowcoSports. All right, power rankings.
By the way, nice little doubleheader set up over the Shark Tank. We got the tennis up against Hartsville at 5, volleyball at 6, so a nice 2-for-1 over there at the tank tomorrow.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yep.
All right, here we go. Share. Here's the power rankings that we had last week.
The power rankings.
And we'll see. There we go. All right. So that's what we had. You guys both had Bluffton on top. They took an L, so it looks like your rankings will probably be changing.
Yeah,
Max,
I'm excited for this
buddy?
one. I think I know who's gonna. We'll see who you got.
I'm gonna put Hilton Head at 1. I like how they're playing. They're the hottest team right now in the region. They're very, very difficult to play right now. I think they're playing their best football right now. And I really like that they're playing it at the best right now, leading into playoffs. And I think they'll keep playing that way. Especially against Bluffton. I'm intrigued to see how that game goes. Number 2, I'm going to keep May River at 2. I think, they deserve to sit at number 2 for right now. 3.
Bluffton, basically.
Oh.
You do have a head-to-head.
Yes, they do.
Yep. With the.
I'm going to take Hampton County at 3. I think they've, proven themselves after Barnwell, although there was a rough first half they had against Whale Branch. So I'm intrigued to see how they improve on that. But I think they sit there. Bluffton's at 4, but it's not far off between 2, 3, and 4 for me right now. Like very small gaps. Actually, really 1 through 4 is all very tight together.
Yeah.
There's no. Hilton's the 1, but not by much right now.
Yeah, Buford at 5. That's not changing. 6. Oh.
Ooh, what a take by Judge.
I think with where Battery Creek's situation is right now, with Chase Olson being down for pretty much the rest of the year, I think I'm going to put Whale Branch above Battery Creek for right now, barring if Battery Creek finds a way to win a game. I believe they have hand-to-hand on Friday. So I'm intrigued to see how Battery Creek plays. God, everything's changing this week, ain't it? I'm gonna keep. I'm gonna keep Colleton County at 8 for right now.
All right.
Despite the win, I'm gonna keep Hardyville at 10 and put Ridgeland at 9.
Yeah.
I think
Right.
I need to see Hardyville win another game. If they do, maybe my mind changes. I want to see how they play against Allendale, because this game for them is a chance at the playoffs. So this is a big game. It's hard. It's homecoming night on Friday for them. This should be a very interesting situation if Hardyville does get in, because Ridgeland also will be in as well, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, yeah, they're the 2 seed.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
they got to finish that game against Allendale on the 8th, but they're up 12-0 approaching halftime.
I think that's my order: Hilton Head, May River, Hampton County, Bluffton, Beaufort, Whale, Branch, Battery Creek, Colleton County, Ridgeland, and Hardyville.
Okay.
Yeah, I pretty much agree. Well, obviously Hilton Head I got number 1. Certainly some bias there, but I think there's a clear-cut case right now. They got the win over May River. They cruised past Colleton County. I mean, obviously you expect them to win that one, but it was decisive. Put up 60 burger, and running backs were let loose, and just all around great performance to get ready for Beaufort. Not a gimme by any means, but I like their chances against the Eagles coming up on Friday.
Ooh.
Got a bouncer over the second, and they'll just
Sorry,
get one. Yeah.
Two on right now for the Yankees with no outs. See if they can take advantage of this.
First and third with 1 out, and trying to keep tabs on everything going on. Yeah, but I like Hilton Head. I like at 1. May River 2. Hampton beat Bluffton, so that kind of sets that apart. 3 and 4, and I mean, even though Beaufort's been a little down, I still like them over everybody else. And then this is three. I mean,
I don't know.
Whale Branch, Battery Creek, Colleton County.
And I think you could throw Ridgeland in that mess too, to some degree.
I was actually debating to put Ridgeland over Colleton County, but I'm going to keep it where it is right now.
I'm kind of debating it too.
I'll keep Whale Branch over Creek. I will flip Ridgeland Colleton. I was impressed with what I saw from the Jags, and they are riding high in that region. So I'll put the Jags just ahead of the Cougars, and then I'll put everything else. I thought about putting Creek over Whale Branch, but I think that Whale's. Yeah. I'm still.
I already had.
Yeah.
All right, I had Hilton Head at 1 already. May River at 2. Yeah, I'm not changing anything there. Yeah, I mean, I'm really torn about that. I'd probably say Whale slight edge right now without Olson. I'm also gonna flip Ridgeland over Colleton. Colleton's in shambles right now. I'll go there.
Okay. Yeah.
So we got for our composite, Hilton Head, May River, Hampton, Bluffton, Beaufort, Whale, Battery.
Still very volatile with one more full week to
Ridgeland,
Colleton. You got the Bridgeville after that.
All right, Max. Any changes down here?
No, Skiza.
Probably not, right?
Skiza.
I might make a change here. I'm gonna put. Hear me out. For right now, I'm putting Colleton Prep over Beaufort County. Beaufort Academy.
Even though BA beat them?
Yeah, I think. Oh man, my mind might change coming up on Friday.
I mean, that was a while ago. That was a while ago. I mean,
I mean, how much?
It was a while ago. I think Colleton Prep's the strongest they've been all season long, and
Colleton Prep is the team you don't know what.
I mean, I like how you put it. Like,
and they just beat Dorchester Academy too, so
right.
That's pretty.
Dorchester
that's pretty important.
Dorchester beat BA, right? No,
yes,
they beat Patrick Henry. Did they beat BA as well?
I believe they beat BA.
Did they?
And that's one of the reasons why I'm putting Colleton Prep right there for right now. But that could obviously change because Thomas Hayward and BA are playing, and that could change.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. That Colleton Prep BA game was a while ago. It was the 27th.
Also, it was a Cotton.
look
It was
really
also
good
a Cotton
recently.
And
Prep team
that's
that was
right.
missing Walker Bryan. You know,
Dorchester did.
and
Yeah, that's right. And
didn't have a
Dorchester
pass
did
game.
beat. Yeah, and it was fairly competitive. It was a 19-point game. Yeah, I mean, I can kind of see it. I can understand the rationale for sure. You
Other
do
than
feel like
that,
you feel like Carleton Prep needs to move up right now for what they've been doing.
Yes.
But it's just hard to move them up because the people ahead of them,
Right.
two of them have beaten them, or one of them, no, two of them have beaten them, and fairly handily. So that makes it kind of hard. Wes, what are you doing? You keeping it the same?
Yes, I got Hilton and Christian Academy
Yeah.
on top. Still think they're a little bit over Thomas here at this point, but the Rebels are looking strong. I have BA over. I still gonna keep BA at 3, although it's close. And
Yeah,
I understand why you can put Carleton Prep over Buford Academy. Carleton Prep might be, really they are really round in form. They had a little slip up early in the season, but now they're looking really strong.
Yeah.
And not a team you're going to face in the playoffs for sure. So
No.
their stock is up. They're trending upwards. Patrick Henry, they are. Oh, what am I missing right here?
Sorry, Yankees scored 6-5 right now.
Okay,
They did.
it's in a commercial
Yeah.
right now where I am.
Yeah.
So Patrick Henry at 5, although I've had some concerns with them. Michael Tucker Mathis, of course, is having a terrific season, but who else can step up when you get to the playoffs? It's going to be a really fun 1A. Very unpredictable. We could see a couple upsets. You never know.
Oh yeah.
With how close some of these teams are. So that's going to be a fun.
2 through 5 is so.
Yeah, those first round matchups are going to be great.
Close.
Yep. So, of course, Skis playoffs still on time, but high school league playoffs are a week back. They pushed a week back. So with the Bridge Bowl plus the Skiza playoffs coming up in 2 weeks or in next week. Yeah, it's
I'm going to say this because Prep is more than likely going to be making the playoffs this year. How competitive they'll be in the playoffs?
They pretty much locked
They're fourth. Yeah, they're fourth.
Yeah.
So depending on how competitive they are, eventually I think I'm going to be putting them over JP2. But for right now, I'm keeping that where it is.
Yeah.
Why? JP2 beat them by 40, bro.
I don't care.
You don't need to swap them. That was settled.
I'm not going to do that.
You're overthinking it.
Right.
You're doing too much. You're doing too much.
Nah.
Yeah. You're
doing too much, man.
Right.
If they beat them by 40, it was not even close.
Yeah,
it was very decisive and definitive.
To your point, Max, it's a full season. Obviously, one game is one game, and you can have it look really good against one team, and it's all matchup based. You can play well against other teams. So I understand that, but I will put JP. I still will keep JP2 a little bit ahead of the Prep.
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm changing it now, but I'm just saying depending on
not going to be Hilton at Christian.
I ain't changing it this season because they're 40 points better than them head to head. That's easy enough for me to sort out.
Maybe next year, but
JP2 would also beat St. Andrews, Dylan Christian, and Christian Academy of Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, if you look at common matchups, you would expect them to win those. So.
Fair enough.
They would destroy them.
Yeah, fair enough.
And that's a wild one to throw out their lips. That's a wild one.
Thanks, Kev.
Okay. Alrighty.
Speaking of the current events, but no, that's settled. That's settled to me. 40 points. It's settled for this year. Next year we'll reconsider when it's different rosters.
And I think, just on Hilton at Prep, we're talking about step in the right direction this year. Have the win streak come in, and they got a couple of big ones. So, and you're making the playoffs. So, right. So you're on the right track, and they're doing a good job over there. I like the addition. I like the new hire that they made. McFadden has brought some energy to that program. I like the coaches that have, helped up that staff as well. And I like the nucleus that they have. And it's a season they needed. The program was really going the wrong direction. Now it's an improvement, which is something you'd love to see. And so Hilton at Prep, football season. Everything you'd like to see. Obviously, it would be nice to pick up another win or two. The JP2 game was certainly disappointing for them, but that was a non-region game. You're still taking care of this in the region, and now you're going to have an extra week of football, and you never know what can happen.
Yeah.
But, and then you get into basketball season, where I believe Hilton at Prep has it's going to be very strong again, and I've heard some rumblings of some
Mm-hmm.
some big improvements to that team even further. So we'll get to
Now
them there.
here's the crazy stuff. Oh, what do we got here? We got May River. Oh, Javon on Buford Zone got May River North Augusta tomorrow.
Nice.
Me volleyball MVP tomorrow. Boo Gray Collegiate. Pringle and Whale Branch should have a basketball ring. That's true. They had to play Gray in that final. I think I agree with Max's list. Is that it? Well, here's something you'll find
Thanks,
interesting,
man. Appreciate
Javon.
it.
Here's a number that I came up with, that I came across. So I started thinking, like, man, Buford's lost 7 games. When's the last time Buford lost 7 games?
7 games, yeah.
Well, it was 2012, the last time they lost 7 games.
Wow.
And if they lose on Friday to Hilton Head for number 8, you have to go back to 2003, the last time they lost 8 or more games,
Wow.
when they went 2-9. That was the last season under David Pratt before they hired Mark Clifford in 2004 and went 13-1. So, this is like historically down year for Buford.
For Buford.
But it's not entirely their fault,
No, it's not. It just is what it is. But that's when you have a bad season, it's usually because a lot of bad things happen.
I will say this. I'd like to see where Buford sits next season, because I do think that if they had a healthy team, they would have been one of my favorites for this region. And unfortunately, they just didn't have it go their way this season.
Seems like they're going to be really young, right?
I think they will be on the younger side next season. So I'm intrigued to see where they sit. Yeah.
Mark Clifford is an all-time interview. Sounds like Farmer Fran from Waterboy. He is. He's even better when you get him off the record. He starts getting a little loose, telling you things he shouldn't tell you. That's when he is real fun. But yeah, I thought that was interesting. Anything else, boys? Should we get on to our parting thoughts?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, just tying the loose ends. It's going to be a great week of football, and that that 1 through 4 in the high school league, it is quite neck and neck with these couple of teams. Of course, the big one is May River up against Bluffton in the Bluffton Bowl. But I'm interested to see how Buford does in that Hilton Head matchup. Hilton Head certainly the favorite, but can Buford play
trap game?
Yep.
It's trap game.
Oh, for sure.
Big time.
It is Yep.
It really is. Javon. I think Stefan's a senior, isn't he? He is on the Max Preps roster. He's listed as a senior, so I don't think he'll be the starting QB next year. I'm not sure. If he's not a senior, then yes, they'll be okay there. But I think he is. So I'm not sure what the plan is. I don't know what the JV looks like. I know they got some dudes coming from middle school. They always do. But those guys usually take a little while to grow into high school football players.
They got Colin for another inning, by the way.
Really?
Yeah,
that's what it looks like.
Yeah, at least
he's going up against Shohei.
Shohei's 0 for 3. Of course, he's got to hold those one arm like this. So.
Yeah, dude. Props to him, man, for playing like that, because that's got to hurt.
He's an animal. He's not real interested in swinging unless he really has to.
I don't blame him. I don't know if I'd be interested in swinging if I had to deal with something like that.
No, he's hoping they'll walk him, but they figured out, we should probably make the guy with the busted shoulder swing the bat, and started throwing him strikes. But yes, emptied the tank.
Yeah, it's
and then
it's
they'll leave it in there for.
Hold on to their 1-run lead and drag it back over to La La Land.
Well, he's got a dislocated shoulder right now, right?
Yeah, he did. Or still does, I think.
Yep.
Yeah. He's not holding it quite as tight, but he was. Man, when he was running the bases the last couple of days, he was literally holding on to it while he was running.
Yeah.
This is crazy. Crazy work. All right. Well, the sponsors that I was going to tell you about are the Lowco Booster Club. We've got our friends Daniel and Debbie Court from Court Lifestyle Pros. They're with Charter One Realty and want to bring you home to Hilton Head Island. Eagle Creations, promotional items and custom apparel, plus all kinds of other cool stuff. Custom gift baskets. Go check out their showroom on Argent Boulevard. Jay's Barbershop has it's going to get your hair cut looking good. You go in there for the great conversation. You come out looking good and stylish with a great haircut from Jay's Barbershop. Barefoot Floor Care of the Low Country. Floors so clean, your feet will thank you. Hudson Seafood House on the Docks, presenting sponsor of Under the Bus, and a great spot for seafood. And Hurricane Sports Cafe, the place to be in Hampton. If you're hungry or thirsty, go say hi. Okay, is it wrong on the roster then?
What?
Elias is the backup quarterback? Because it says number 9's Caleb Steffen on the roster. So I'm so confused. But regardless, that's the Lowco Booster Club. Parting thoughts, gentlemen? What you got?
Yeah, I found something today that I wasn't really too fond of. We're getting to the last few weeks of the college football season, and one of the key games every year is Florida against Georgia. Georgia's certainly ranked number 2. Florida, a little bit of a disappointing year, but they're still 4-3, trying to right the ship. But the issue I have is they're playing this game at Everbank Stadium, which is the home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now they revealed today that they're going to 2026. They're going to play the game at Atlanta Mercedes-Benz, which has hosted everything: Super Bowls, Final Fours, Taylor Swift concerts, everything. And now they're going to bring that Florida Georgia game to Atlanta, and then the year after that they're going to be in Tampa at the Raymond James Stadium. My thought is here. I understand why they're playing at big stadiums. You're trying to increase the attendance and make it a big event, but it just loses to luster when you take it away from the campus sites. And I think in a big rivalry game like this, there's nothing better than see it at the swamp or between the hedges. And I just feel like you lose something when you play these neutral site games, and it's just something that I have not been fond of throughout the last few years. The Red River rivalry has been, I think they've done some of that as well, and in other rivalry games where you play them like at Michigan State, Ohio State, like Michigan, Ohio State, they play at the campus sites. Like there's something special about it. I mean, look at South Carolina, Clemson, and how passionate those teams are. And so when you have those rivalry games, the Iron Bowl, of course, Alabama. So it's just you lose something when you see Garrett Cole is done. His night is over as he comes out to a ovation from the fans. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I understand why they decide to play at these big stadiums, at these NFL fields, but college football is all about the pageantry and the excitement of doing it in front of in the campuses. And I know, and that's
I agree.
Although I will make the case that thankfully the playoff decide to have a few games on campus sites. So that's going to be a ton of fun, which I think that's a great thing. Of course, you have the bowl games, which has been tradition. Makes sense, of course, but the regular season games, the kickoff game, like they have a Chick-fil-A kickoff game, whatever they're called. They have Atlanta, they have them in Charlotte. Like, it's just not the same.
But here's the thing: do they really make more money off of it? Because Everbank holds 67,000, Ben Hill Griffin holds 88,000, and Sanford holds 93,000. So,
which is more than what most of the NFL stadiums.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. Is they hold more than the places they're going to play it instead. I'm with you, Wes. I think those games should be played on campus. I'm okay with playing one-off, made for TV matchups. When they put Texas A&M and whoever in the Jerry Dome, and
they've been hosting it for so many years. They've been hosting it for so many years at Everbank. Everbank only holds 5 to 67,000.
Yeah, 67.
While Between the Hedges and the Swamp both hold around 90,000 seats.
Right.
I don't understand.
I don't like punting
you take away a home game.
I don't like punting home games ever, especially against good opponents.
There's only one neutral site game that I like in the world of college football, and that is the Red River rivalry. That is the only rivalry game. Army Navy, yes.
Every game should be at Penn State.
But I agree with you, Wes. I think this should be a home and home. I don't understand why it's not, because it's just stupid. Because I don't understand, why does Florida Georgia have to be a neutral site game? I don't understand it. It's a SEC game. It is a conference game, and yet it is a neutral site game. I don't
Yeah.
understand that. And there's only one neutral site game in the SEC right now that I thoroughly enjoy every year because it's always something special and it's
Red
played in a
River?
special
Yeah.
stadium, and that's
Right.
the Red River rivalry.
Well, and I think that's what they were kind of trying to go for. I think
Yeah,
they
but
were
it didn't
trying to
work.
make it
Because they're
the
not playing.
South's
They're
Red
not
River
playing at
rivalry.
they're not playing at the Cotton Bowl Stadium. They're playing
Right.
at Everbank. There's
I
a
understand
difference.
because that's an iconic venue. Like the Cotton Bowl
Right.
is synonymous
Right.
with college football. It's not like it's different
yeah.
than
It's always
playing
weird
in
when you
NFL
try to
stadium
start
with
new
Jacksonville
traditions, right?
Jaguars.
That's
I
the side of
mean,
the text.
how much
The other
history
thing
do you
with the
really
Red
have the
River
Jacksonville
rivalry.
Jaguars?
Yeah, the other thing with the Red River rivalry is it's at the site of the Texas State Fair as well. So it's
Right.
always like a
Right.
huge,
Yeah.
huge thing to have every year.
Right.
Is to have a football game at the state fair. So it's totally different. And I don't hate that they tried to make it that way with Florida and Georgia, but it doesn't work and it hasn't worked. And I really do wish they, one day just decide, screw the neutral site games. We're doing a home and home because I think that's the best way to go at it because it's such
Right.
a great rivalry and it's being ruined
Better
by
believe it.
having it as a neutral site game. I completely agree with you, Wes. I 100% agree with you.
That's because our state fair is a great state fair. Jeez.
Oh man.
My
Okay.
sisters used to watch this terrible old music. Well, it wasn't terrible, but it was annoying to me. This old musical called State Fair all the time at my grandma's house in the summer.
All right.
Oof.
Yeah.
I hit the breaking point on that. I haven't been to the
Do you
state
have one
fair
in South
here
Carolina?
or
Like
Georgia.
in Columbia?
I
Do you have one
haven't
in Columbia?
either.
I haven't been. I've heard great things.
I need to go.
My,
Like I
my
really need to go.
students tell me it's awesome. They say the
I
Georgia
really,
State Fair
I
is even
really
better.
want to go to. I really
Mhm.
want to go to the Texas State Fair because I hear that's like the best in the country, and there's nothing better than that.
I mean,
Alrighty.
it's probably
it's
pretty
on-
good.
It's on
They
my
probably
list.
got a lot of fried stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I've seen
Lot of
videos where
brisket.
they have like fried key lime pie. It's the
Fried
weirdest thing I've
everything.
ever seen.
Oh
Fried
man.
It's just
everything.
weird. Fried,
All right,
fried
man.
everything.
Wes, Max, you got a parting
Max, you.
thought? I see
I
something in the
do. I have
studio.
something special for you guys. It's not sports related, but it is a local talent. It's actually my sister. So what she's doing is she is in a national baking competition, and what it does
Ooh, fantastic.
is the winner gets $20,000. They get their face and their pastries on the front of a magazine called Bake from Scratch, and they get to meet Food Network personality Buddy Valastro, who runs this whole thing. And also, you can definitely vote. One vote is free, and then all the other votes after that is donated to the Andrew Madonna Foundation, which specializes in charity for childhood cancer. So a great opportunity. She is one of the best bakers I've had in my lifetime. She's so good at what she does, and I couldn't be more proud of her. And so to
Fantastic.
see her continue to be the best of the best, and now she's currently sitting in first in the votings. But
Awesome.
we have seven more days of voting,
Yep.
and
Yeah, keep
I want
it
to
up.
get as many votes as possible that she gets this opportunity. And
Nice.
$20,000 will go a huge way for her.
Yeah.
Drop the
And,
link in the comments, homie.
Yeah. Let's.
Yes, I
the
do
vote.
have the link. Hold on, let me put it
Go
on here.
Buck pastry. I love me some pastries. Javon likes your hat, Max. And wants to know where to get it. You can get it
How
right
much
here.
Yes, we put it out.
Right
Yeah.
here,
All right. So
Javon.
here I am posting the link on our LowcoSports pages, so you can get
There
the
it
link
is.
there, and please go and vote for her. This is a huge opportunity, and it's not something she gets to be a part of every day.
Right. This is a huge would be a huge
This is a lot big
accomplishment, and
yeah.
then that's a
that was a wedding. I believe that was
right.
a wedding cake or a quinceanera cake, by the way. So
Nice.
yeah, she's amazing at what she does, and it's not just a look. She makes some of the best cakes I've ever tasted. So yeah, please vote for her. Local talent, getting to be recognized on the national stage. So yeah.
All right. She just got my free vote.
Yes, there we go. Please, everyone, please go and vote.
You got my free vote.
She's great at what she does. Actually, if you do call her, and I will one day put out that phone number. She does make cakes for people for certain parties and stuff like that. So if you want to buy a cake that's really good, please feel free to call me, message me, and just message me, and I'll get you guys through to my sister, and she will make whatever you guys want to have for a
Heck
party.
yeah.
And whatnot. So yeah,
I want some cake.
Yeah.
dude.
I
So
want some
that
cake.
first picture I showed
Oh.
of the cake that had been sliced up and put on the plate, that was a good Lord, it was like a white cake with lemon curd and blueberry compote.
Yeah, it
in between
was.
the layers and stuff like that.
Yeah, it was.
That is like my favorite thing
Mm.
that she has ever made. Is
I'm a sucker for lemon and blueberry together.
Yum.
That's
dude, it's
that's a
so
good
good.
combo.
Her lemon curd,
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
she
down.
makes the lemon curd too. Like she makes the lemon curd from scratch, and it is one of the best things I've ever tasted.
She wins this 20K. We better have a celebratory cake party.
Oh yeah.
Yes, we will be doing that. Trust me, it's going to be a great opportunity. So she also
Well,
she's going to New York for it too if she does win. So
Fantastic.
she's never been to New York City before. So I
really?
know she's really excited. Well, I've never been to New York before. I've never been to
I
New
only
York
got
City.
to I only got to go a few years ago for the first time. It was awesome. Big
Yeah,
fan.
I got to go to a game at Yankee Stadium. That's all I want to do.
Yeah, I would like to
Screw the
do that
Mets.
as well.
Screw the
I
Mets. I
didn't
don't
get
wanna
to
go
go
to Citi
to
Field.
either stadium. You don't want to go
Yeah.
to Not Shea?
No, I don't want to go to Citi Field. Screw the Mets. I don't like them unless they're playing the Braves.
Even
I
if
don't
they're
want to
playing
go.
the Braves? Yeah, I was gonna say maybe they're playing the Braves.
Unless they're playing the Braves, then I'm not. Anyway,
I got nothing. I got nothing to part on.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Winning picks,
Absolutely
yes.
nothing.
Hmm.
I'm wiped.
Um,
Except tomorrow's Halloween. You guys got a costume?
Yeah.
You got a costume?
I may have to. I've had a few ideas,
Oh.
so I might have to put something together tomorrow before I head out to the volleyball
Well, I'll
match.
tell you this: I will be
Yeah.
wearing my costume tomorrow night for our Loco Pigskin preview.
Oh, you got one
Oh,
planned.
I hope you guys will be
Ooh,
too.
that's right.
I'll wear
It'll be
it.
a busy night because we
I've
got
got a pretty
Lowco
low
Lowdown.
key costume
Yep.
planned for tomorrow night.
Yeah,
For school tomorrow, it's homecoming week, so we've got my look today was dope. The Western look, yeah, that's on the IG. It was Western Day, so I just went jeans and
Nice.
pearl snap button down.
Heck yeah.
But tomorrow's kids dress like teachers dress like kids, so I get to dress like a kid tomorrow.
Yeah.
I dress mostly like a kid every day, but tomorrow I'm gonna wear my headphones. I'm gonna have my rubber gloves on because they're all the boys are wearing rubber gloves around school for some reason. They're trying to make it a trend. So
Cool.
I'll be wearing my rubber gloves. I'm gonna wear my Crocs and put my dunks in my book bag,
Yes.
like the students do.
Yeah. That's so funny.
And have some fun with it. So
Cool.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Of course.
it's been a fun homecoming week. My first high school homecoming week in 40 years. I did consider the wicked short shorts, but then I considered the whiteness of my legs
Yeah.
and the ridicule that I would receive all day, and decided I'll go with the
Kevin,
pants.
I would love to see you show up to a football game for WHHI wearing some wicked short shorts.
Some
dude.
chubs, some chubbies.
Yeah, dude.
Wearing some chubbies.
I'd
By the
beg
way,
you to do it.
by the way, the you is the trick or treating is that the big scene over there over at Lawton
Oh,
Station? Because
you better
I know
believe it.
Yeah,
You better believe
because
it.
I will say that when I was a
Oh,
kid
yeah.
around here, I grew up around the island, and man, our neighborhood was the place to be, probably across the entire island of Hilton Head. I remember when I was, the peak era when I was like 5 to 10 years old, it was insane. I mean, there were people from everywhere coming to trick or
Yeah.
treat, and so that was some good memories over there. But yeah, and hey, it's just, and all I'll say is that there are some reasons why I like it. It's not great that you never get to have the white Christmas or the wintry snow during the summer parts, and there are some pros and cons. One of the pros down here is that it's never too cold. You don't have to wear a jacket over your costume like in the Northeast, where you have to show your costume and put the winter coat back on.
Yeah, I mean, I remember years of like hypothermia almost trying to go out and do it in the Midwest. So we definitely have it good here. Sometimes it's too hot here. You gotta carefully choose your costume.
No, you gotta be careful with what you do.
You overdo it and we get a little heat wave, you're in trouble. But But yeah, I got a little low key costume for tomorrow night after I do the dress like a kid tomorrow for school. But that'll be fun. We'll have a fun show
Yeah.
tomorrow night. We'll get ready for high school
Yeah,
football.
it'll be
Another
a
week.
big one.
Last week.
We got the Lowco Lowdown. We got to go through all the volleyball and the tennis, and then we'll preview week 11 of the high school football season, the final full regular season week.
Yeah, starter jacket would really throw off your costume.
We got the last week of skis of football too. Playoffs start next week.
Yeah, I said last
it's the last week of the regular season before stoppage time next week. But
I'm excited. I think I'm going out for that, Bluffton May River game, but I'm going to stop at, Hill Neck Christian Academy first, probably for a quarter, because I just have a feeling after one quarter it's going to be interesting.
They should be able to handle them, I think. Just too many weapons. But I got softball. I got softball at 7 on Friday. It did not do me any favors with that schedule. And then again at 8 a.m. Saturday, which is rough.
Nice.
Turnaround.
Yes.
Rough turnaround. But so I got softball, so I'll be heading over to the Ville late, trying to hopefully see them bring a dub home. On homecoming, get that playoff spot locked down. Hopefully it's out of hand by the time I get there. And they're already
I hope so.
Celebrating on the sidelines. But should be a good show tomorrow night. We'll get our boys in. Javon's going to bed. I think we should probably do it too. So thanks to everybody involved tonight. Thanks to Wes for going out to the volleyball game tonight, getting some highlights and interviews from the Bluffton win over Bridges Prep. Thanks to all of our sponsors, especially the OGs, Mickelson Law Firm, for all the support, keeping us rolling here at Lowco Sports. And thanks to you for showing up to Listener Watch, all our friends who join us and check us out. We appreciate you, and we'll be back tomorrow night. Hope to see you then. For Max Arraj and Wes Kerr, I'm Justin Jarrett, 9:30 p.m. tomorrow night, Lowco Sports Lowdown, Lowco Pigskin Preview. We'll see you then. Until then, go Lowco.
The Lowco Sports Lowdown podcast is a production of Lowco Media LLC and LowcoSports.com, an independent media outlet providing grassroots local sports coverage in the South Carolina Lowcountry. We are sustained by community support from sponsors and patrons like you. Get in the game with a monthly pledge of $1 or more at patreon.com/LowcoSports to keep us going and growing. Go Lowco.